Whoa, it's the Illusion reporting from somewhere on Spaceship Earth with breaking news. We'll see if this even gets uploaded. It's been kind of a pain in the ass to get to a decent Wi-Fi signal lately. So, I finally got a list of all my videos that had been demonetized due to Google's sense of whatever, social justice. I don't get it. And I'm gonna be super clear right now. The monetizing of videos, I don't really care about, but it affects the algorithm and how the videos are found and searched for, which makes it an unfair playing field. You know what I mean? It's supposedly a social commons, and that's my big beef about it. I don't view being demonetized as censorship until you get to how videos are found, and videos with advertising have a higher preference than videos without. And if you've been watching this channel, you know a couple of times I've gone the demonetizing route, and I'm not a big fan of the monetizing. It's not like you can pick who's advertising on your channel, but I don't want to get into that whole thing. But I got the list of my videos that were demonetized. I think they're just messing with me. One of them's a 3-minute video where I'm talking about going to a ween show. That's it. I'm just talking about going to a ween show. Now, I get there may be no economic value for whatever to have. I'm cool with that, dude. That's not my issue. But I got the list of the 30 or 40 videos. I guess out of 1,400 videos, 30 or 40 is not that big of a deal. But they all had pretty decent numbers on them. You know, all in tens of thousands of views. And they were all about nonviolence, man. They were all about overcoming violence. There was a couple videos, I get why they were censored. There was the Google can suck a bag of dicks and all that kind of stuff. I get why that's not advertiser friendly. But most of them were actually speaking about nonviolence and the war machine and standing up against the war machine. So I find that very interesting that the videos that are advertiser unfriendly are all mostly were videos about not being a kook. And this is my big issue with it. I don't think people should be censored. And again, I get that there's this thing where it's somebody else's server, but they advertise it as a fair use public commons, which means anyone's got an equal shot of being found and their video being viewed. Apparently not, because if you're not advertiser friendly, people are probably not going to get to see your video, which I think sucks personally, because there's a part of me, like, I'm not that egoed out about it, because you can see I don't put tags in my video. I'm not that all, like, hyped. I don't put descriptions in most of them. I'm not really that concerned about the whole thing. I just make videos just because, I don't know, that's what I do. I don't really have a big need to be seen. Though, it's pretty cool to run into people out there in the world and them have them come up or get an email saying that, like, I helped someone perceive the world in a better way. That's pretty inspiring. And so that gets me to the whole thing of, like, those of you who know what we're doing on this channel is, I'm not afraid to get into some controversial topics. I'm not afraid to be wrong about ideas. I'm not afraid of ideas. I'm not afraid of the intellectual process of deconstructing ideas. And realizing that, maybe what I think and perceive is not ultimately the way it is. Because again, reality is subjective. If I'm having a bad day, I don't care how blue the sky is, it sucks. And I could be having the greatest day in the world and it could be just pouring rain. So reality is totally subjective. And yet, the minute you throw up any kind of censorship into this subjectiveness, You're dictating reality by some sort of corporate Borg, in the sense of some number chain is dictating what you can or can't see. I'm not that wild about that, man, and I think it's a dangerous thing. I personally hope that a new platform is developed and YouTube goes by the wayside and Google disappears. But that's a giant stretch, you know. This is what we've got. This is what we use. You know, I can get fully behind not using Facebag. Facebag sucks, dude. Mark Zuckerberg sucks, dude. Be pure and simple. And yet, I use Instagram. I kind of like Instagram, but Instagram is sort of dumb too. I don't use it like I used to. I generally am not using social media like I used to. And Twitter's just been beyond me from the get-go, so I don't even get Twitter. So here we are, you know, like my contact with the world is generally through YouTube. So if I'm getting delisted or my videos aren't getting seen by my subscribers, like, that sucks. That's tamping down a voice. Whether my voice, look, I'm a firm believer. My voice deserves to be heard, just like your voice deserves to be heard. All voices deserve to be heard, and I think that's been a hallmark of my channel. Is as I speak a lot for the disenfranchised. I'm a firm believer that those people that are sitting isolated out there on Spaceship Earth need to realize they're not alone. That not everybody has to think the same way. And in fact, if people are thinking one way, it's probably ass backwards, man, because the status quo, watch out for the status quo. So here we are, man. So I'm going to make a playlist of all my demonetized videos. You can check them out for yourself. Yeah, there's a couple I get why they're demonetized, and other ones I'm just like, whatever. And then I think about the videos I've got, and I'm like, some of the ones that probably should have been demonetized aren't. Their system's stupid, dude. It's you get that kind of thing going in something like YouTube. You're just killing the goose that laid the golden egg. I don't think they quite understand what it is that we're doing here, man. And I got it. It's the big influences. We're definitely threatening Hollywood and the television by making these videos. The fact that people rather watch some lunatic like me in his car babbling about whatever versus watching the television says something, man. Even if that's 1,000 people, that's 1,000 people they're not selling Mountain Dew to, you know, and they're all about selling their Mountain Dew and their bad trip to you. So, you know, we're just gonna have to stick together right now and ride out the storm of demonetization. And like, that's that thing too, man. Like, you know, you don't make a lot off of YouTube, but hey, getting a little bit of a check every now and then from YouTube's helps, dude. I'm just a dad trying to make his way in the world just like everybody else. So feel free to donate to this channel if you like what I'm doing. There's usually a PayPal link down below, or buy some art or some t-shirts and hats. Get out there, but let's stick it out and let's promote people's channels that are being demonetized, even if you don't agree with what they're talking about. Look, it's my main beef about this whole thing is you need to be able to hear ideas you don't agree with, because there might be value in that idea, and being able to intellectually to see why you don't agree with someone is valuable. If we just sit in our little echo chambers and all talk amongst ourselves, we are not learning anything. And life is about learning and expanding your perception. That's one of my big trips. Anyway, this is The Illusion. Demonetized.